Hi, this is Taran Adarsh, and you're watching me with Rohit Khilnani on Bollywood Hungama.
Hello and welcome to Bollywood Hungama. I'm Rohit Khilnani. मिड ईयर आ चुका है. दिस इज द बेस्ट टाइम टू डिस्कस कि फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में क्या चला, क्या नहीं चला, क्या ट्रेंड है, व्हाट शुड वी एक्सपेक्ट इन द कमिंग 6 months. And for that, no one better than Mr. Taran Adarsh. Taran, once again, thank you so much for giving us time.
Thank you very much, Rohit. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Taran. So, Taran, now, as I said, 6 months complete हुए. It's a great time to talk to you. You know, there are people interested in knowing कैसा था ये साल. So, first thoughts क्या आते हैं कि 6 months कैसे निकले?
Well, I think the first 6 months मैं इतना ही कहूँगा. थोड़ी खुशी ज़्यादा गम.
थोड़ी खुशी ज़्यादा गम.
I've twisted the title of
Yes.
Karan Johar's film to actually summarize what the first 6 months were. You know, frankly, it started with a bang.
Yes.
There was Kutte before that, but then Pathaan came and everything was forgotten,
Right.
forgiven, and you know we moved on to better times, and everyone thought that the industry is back on track.
Right.
The way Pathaan shattered records left, right, and center, and has emerged the highest grossing Hindi film ever. I think that really was a big boost to the business. Shah Rukh Khan की भी वापसी और शानदार वापसी हुई. But at the same time, post Pathaan, there were two films that came in. One was Shehzada,
Yes.
and one was Selfie.
Yes.
Both important films, and both flopped at the box office. Flop होना एक बात होती है. Hits and flops are part of this industry. But जिस तरह से ये दोनों फिल्में नॉन ओपनर्स रही, they opened to disastrous response. Wash out completely. And I think that was the reason why you know, people were back to square one. We were wondering कि ये हो क्या रहा है.
लोग सिनेमाज आए थे सिर्फ शाहरुख खान के लिए.
बिल्कुल. Shah Rukh Khan ke liye, the entertainment factor, I'm not denying that. You know, a lot of factors contributed to it. Shah Rukh was a major force, of course, the reason why people actually came to cinema halls. And also it was an important film after 4 years of Shah Rukh's last. I mean, you look at Zero and now to Pathaan. All eyes were on Pathaan. And of course, Shah Rukh had gone through a lot of ups and downs, or, you know, crisis in his personal life and professional life.
Yes.
So, you know, what happens is that, you know, people are waiting for your next move, and somewhere down the line, I guess this is my reading, people wanted to patronize that film. People wanted to stand in solidarity with Pathaan. And I guess that's the prime reason why the film opened to fantabulous numbers.
They wanted to contribute in their way कि I stand by Shah Rukh Khan.
I stand by Shah Rukh Khan, absolutely. I mean, imagine facing boycotts and problems in his personal life.
Films didn't work.
That was a, you know, and ऐसा भी नहीं कि एक या दो फिल्में, लाइन में 5-6 फिल्में, and it was, imagine you at the top and suddenly you are coming down and you're seeing that, you know, your films are not working, your films are not taking an opening at the box office, and people are writing obituaries. That's the sad part. You know, you have everything going in for you. I mean, you have everything in that you desire, you hope for, and you can give your best to the film, but it's not working at the box office, and somewhere you feel, what's going wrong? And then something happens in his personal life, and it shakes you up completely. So I guess Shah Rukh was in a very sensitive position where he had to deliver numbers, he had to deliver in terms of as a performer. And imagine he shot the film even after that personal crisis.
Yes.
So what must be going through, he must be going through, only he knows. And but all's well that ends well. So coming back to your question, where these two films didn't work, and then there were a lot of films that really didn't work. The problem is, Rohit, that, you know, आप एक film देते हैं जो चल जाती है, and there are 5 and 10 films which don't really work at the box office. And that is a problem. The film industry is bleeding right now. ये कहना बिल्कुल सही होगा कि हम, कई लोग बोलते हैं हम वेंटिलेटर पे हैं, मैं कहूँगा कि हम तो आईसीयू में हैं. पठान के बाद हम सीधा आईसीयू में चले गए, क्योंकि what has happened is that you have a Kerala story and you have जरा हटके जरा बच के
तू झूठी में मक्कार,
तू झूठी में मक्कार doing well in metro especially, and also Mrs. Chatterjee versus Norway, a decent success. But you know what happens is that, you know, when these when the big films don't really work. You've got of course there was Shehzada, Selfie. Then there was Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan, Bola, and above all आदि पुरुष, जिसने तो फिल्म इंडस्ट्री की कमर ही तोड़ दी. So well,
there were big expectations because it was a big film, right?
Absolutely. You mean Adi Purush?
Adi Purush.
Yes. It was a very big film. When you officially say that it has cost you 500 crores.
Wow.
And also it's Ramayan.
Yeah.
तो लोग कहते हैं इसका बिजनेस कम से कम 300 crores होना चाहिए, 400 crores होना चाहिए, 500 crore होना चाहिए. I say wrong. Don't underestimate a film like that. You know why? Because this is Ramayan.
I remember you saying on this couch, you said, you were telling us in the last interview, रास्ते बंद हो जाते थे, लोग घर चले जाते थे जब रामायण आता था.
Absolutely. And I've seen that with my own eyes. I was 22, 23 at that point of time, and I remember. And even I have seen the time when Jai Santoshi had released. I was very small at that point of time. And I remember going to a cinema hall. उस वक्त single screens होते थे. Going to a cinema hall, and I used to see so many ladies walking in with thalis and doing puja and aarti. And the songs, were so popular, and they are popular even to date. So somewhere down the line, we still recall those films. There's tremendous recall value for those films. But Adi Purush, क्या बनाना चाहते थे और क्या बना दिया. And imagine they were supposed to come in January. They took time. They said we're coming in June.
Fixing the movie.
क्या किया? I mean, this is what you make. Right. So मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा कि आदि पुरुष बुरी फिल्म थी. मैं कहूँगा आदि पुरुष बहुत ही बुरी फिल्म थी और उसका फ्लॉप होना निश्चित था और उसका ऐसी फिल्मों का फ्लॉप होना जरूरी भी है क्योंकि ऐसी फिल्में, आदि पुरुष जैसी फिल्में हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री को बुरा नाम देती हैं. ये मौका था हमारे लिए जब हम सुनते हैं लोग कहते हैं कि साउथ वाले हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री को पछाड़ रहे हैं. बाहुबली आ गई, बाहुबली 2 आ गई, KGF आ गई, KGF 2 आ गई, कांतारा आई, पुष्पा आई, RRR आ गई. हमारे पास the Hindi film industry had one golden opportunity called Adi Purush to prove to them, to prove to the world that we can make a film which is at par with an international film. Right. Plus it's Ramayan. But I'm sure आपने फिल्म देखी है.
Yes, and we saw people coming out of the theaters and giving their views.
Yeah. It's very disheartening. So, well, that was the biggest setback for us.
Right.
And I think somewhere down the line, it really is not a good feeling when a big film really doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen that over the years where people, over the years, and I'm talking of the 1970s onwards because that's the time when I really started working. 70s, 80s में जब फिल्में नहीं चलती थी और आज भी जब फिल्में नहीं चलती तो पूरी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री सहम जाती है. It's a setback for the entire industry. Maybe the producer someone else, maybe the distributor someone else, but it really affects the entire industry.
Right. You believe teaser is the first sign? The first teaser was rejected.
Yeah.
And then they fixed the trailer and all that. But do you think that is the first sign that लोगों को first look, first teaser नहीं पसंद आया?
बिल्कुल. I would say जब पहला आपका, in today's time, even earlier, a trailer, ये तो teaser अभी आता है, आजकल trend हो गया पिछले कई वर्षों से, but even earlier, the trend used to be trailer देखकर हम लोग अंदाजा लगाते थे कि हमें whether we want to watch a film or skip it. And a trailer is actually a great indicator. But here the teaser was banned.
Yeah, it was.
And criticized heavily. There was backlash.
Yeah.
And that's when they decided. And the surprising part was that they tried to cover it up by showing a few media people the same teaser in 3D. And the media people said, wow, क्या 3D में picture है, लग रही है, and क्या picture है, क्या teaser है. That for me was the biggest joke. ये जो आप damage control करने की कोशिश करते हैं ना. And that's the reason why the film industry never grows.
Right.
Because, if you don't criticize a film which is wrong, which is bad,
you're not helping.
Then you're not helping the cause. You're not helping the industry to grow. You could be wrong in your judgment. I'm not denying that.
Correct.
But at least जो गलत है वो गलत बोलने की आप क्षमता रखिए, वो सच्चाई रखिए.
What is if there was one big lesson for everyone who's planning an Adipurush, what should they learn and what should they take away?
देखिए क्या होता है, व्हेन यू मेक रामायण, महाभारत या कोई भी ग्रंथ आप बना रहे हैं, तो आप यू नीड टू बी वेरी डेडिकेटेड, सिंसियर और ऑनेस्टी के साथ बनाइए. आदि पुरुष का पहला सीन था सैफ अली खान, उसका हेयर स्टाइल देखा आपने? मुझे पता नहीं था कि रामायण के दौरान या फिल्म देखते वक्त मुझे एहसास हुआ कि भाई ये तो 2023 की हेयर स्टाइल भी उस वक्त थी, जो सैफ के इधर स्पाइक्स निकल रहे हैं. ऐसे तो कई दृश्य थे इस फिल्म में. समथिंग, आई मीन, सी, यू नीड टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट टू व्हाट यू डूइंग. सो द जो फ्लैक मिला है फिल्म को, विद द फर्स्ट 3 days, अगेन वो जो परसेप्शन बनाने की कोशिश की गई, ओ फैंटास्टिक कलेक्शंस, एंड फर्स्ट डे, सेकंड डे, थर्ड डे, मानता हूँ पीपल वेंट फॉर रामायण.
They gave it
Even
a chance.
when I went to watch the film, it was for Ramayana. Prabhas was secondary. So, and then the perception that you try to create through these media people saying that, you know, वाह क्या फर्स्ट डे रहा, सेकंड डे रहा, थर्ड डे रहा, और फोर्थ डे, फिफ्थ डे देखना कहाँ गायब हो जाएंगे जिन्होंने क्रिटिसाइज किया था. मीनिंग इशारा मेरी तरफ ही था. पर फोर्थ डे पे क्या हुआ तो आप भी जानते हैं. आदि पुरुष sank faster than Titanic on the fourth day itself. And I think, but anyway, I don't want to get into that.
Sure.
I genuinely feel that the false narratives, the perception that you try to create, everything goes out of the window.
Right.
If the audience verdict is negative.
Yeah, that's.
जनता जनार्दन का verdict ही final verdict होता है.
And they are smart.
They are very smart.
Yeah.
I've always said, and I've always maintained this. I said कि, you know, the audience can be very ruthless and can be very rewarding. और आप अगर अच्छी फिल्म बनाएंगे तो लोग उसे देखने चाहेंगे.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't understand why they would not patronize a film which is maybe a very small budget also, and it has been seen time and again. जरूरी नहीं कि बड़ी फिल्म और बड़े सितारे ही बड़े दर्शकों की भीड़ इकट्ठा करने में कामयाब हो.
बिल्कुल. Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
it's not true.
We've seen that.
Yeah.
So after Adipurush, I want to come to Satyaprem ki Katha.
Yeah.
Did it open well? Did it sink on Monday? Did it not open well? Where was
You know, Satyaprem की कथा is doing well.
Okay.
There's no denying that. और आज की तारीख में, you know, thing is कि a film does moderately well also at the box office. It's supposed to be a success. Because post-pandemic, a lot of things have changed in terms of business, in terms of numbers. So I feel that, you know, need to have the stamina to run at the box office for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Satyaprem Ki Katha is a very interesting film. And I genuinely feel that the film has worked at the box office. It's a moderate success. I'm not saying it's a super hit or it's a hit or whatever. No, it's not a hit. It's a moderate success. So I feel that the film is a very important film because of the message it conveys. Also, it's a very important film for Kartik Aaryan and Kiara Advani. Both are fantastic.
Right. 2 A-list actors. Is it moderate success not great news?
Yeah, you know, it's not great news. I agree with you. Because everyone wants those numbers, you know. Yeah. And I think especially if you have tasted huge success in Bhool Bhulaiya 2.
Yeah.
But then Bhool Bhulaiya was a different genre completely. This is a different genre completely. So, you know, the thing is that when Amitabh Bachchan did Sholay with Ramesh Sippy and Amar Akbar Anthony with Manmohan Desai, those numbers were very different when compared to when Amitabh Bachchan did Jurmana and Bemisal with Rishikesh Mukherjee. You know, those numbers were very different either. So there was a big difference in the kind of business those two films, those two genres did at that point.
Right. And then came also Mission Impossible, which is a big franchise.
Absolutely.
I personally liked it. I watched it with the audience completely full, but how is it performed?
It's doing very well. Okay. The first weekend has been fantastic. And I think, see, but the problem is कि हमारी फिल्में नहीं चल रही. ये तो बाहर की फिल्में हैं.
This is doing well across the world.
Yeah. And it's doing, see, it's a Hollywood film. हमारी देसी फिल्में चले, हमारी बॉलीवुड की फिल्में चले तो मजा आता है. that's more important. And I think this, I genuinely hope and pray that the coming weeks get better with Jawan and Animal and Tiger, Fukre. Many interesting films lined up.
Very interesting films.
Yeah, and of course Gadar and OMG too.
Yeah. We are seeing a big A-list actor movies going straight on OTT. Shahid Kapoor had 2. And now Varun Dhawan's movie is going, the Bawal is going on OTT. You think this is good for them? This is because actors want to be on the big screen whether they say or not. Will this impact theatrical releases?
You know, Shahid Kapoor going on OTT, I was very disappointed.
Farzi and he had Bloody Daddy.
Bloody Daddy I am talking about. And I told Jyoti Deshpande, who's heading Geo Studios, I said, आप इसे क्यों डाल रहे हैं? Her first reaction when we had gone for the Geo function. And she said, smile, she said, no, these are decisions that you need to take. And I respect that. She's a fantastic lady. Varun Dhawan की बवाल. अब बवाल 21 तारीख को रिलीज है.
बिग स्क्रीन के लिए बनी थी.
और बिग स्क्रीन की पिक्चर है. I don't know if I should be saying this or not. मैंने फिल्म देखी है. और मेरा फर्स्ट रिएक्शन ये था कि आप इसे OTT पे क्यों रिलीज कर रहे हैं? थिएटर पे क्यों नहीं? It's a very good film. And इसमें जो वरुण और जानवी के परफॉर्मेंसेस हैं, खैर हम तो उसके बारे में बाद में बात करेंगे जब फिल्म रिलीज होगी. आई मीन आप जब सब देखेंगे बात और है. बट अब देखिए ना, ये जरा हट के जरा बच के, एवरीवन इन द इंडस्ट्री वाज सेइंग दैट कि इसे तो OTT पे आना चाहिए था. और जब उन्होंने प्रोड्यूसर्स ने he took the call, he said no, I'm Dinesh Vijan. Hats off to Geo Studios and Dinesh Vijan. They said we'll release it in theaters. And today that film is nearing 90 crores. At the box office. और उसको तो लोग बोल रहे थे कि 10 थिएटर पे लगा रहे, तो वो तो गलती है, 10 करोड़ के ऊपर भी ये नहीं जाएगी. So today as an industry we need to have a very open mindset. Yes, अभी चूंकि अब बवाल की बात निकली है, तो I would say that it's a very different storyline. But it's about husband and wife. It's about emotion. It's about, ठीक है, World War II का एक backdrop है. I don't want to reveal much at this stage because it hasn't come on any OTT platform yet, or I'm sure people have not watched it. But I just want to say that it's a very beautiful film. And Nitesh Tiwari, पहले दंगल बनाई, फिर छिछोरे बनाई, और अब ये फिल्म बनाई है बवाल. बहुत खूबसूरत फिल्म है.
सॉलिड फिल्म मेकर,
बहुत सॉलिड फिल्म मेकर है. ऐसे ऐसे दृश्य हैं जो आपकी आंख में आंसू आ जाते हैं. और ये हस्बैंड वाइफ के बीच में दृश्य हैं. ये ऐसा लगता है आपको देखकर कि आप ऐसे लोगों को जानते हैं, या आप ऐसे लोगों से शायद मिल चुके हैं, जिंदगी में आपका ऐसे लोगों के साथ वास्ता पड़ा है. तो somewhere down the line I feel it's a story and emotions which are universal. That really works.
Shahid Kapoor's movie Bloody Daddy going on OTT, not nobody said great things about it, but people must have liked it. But will this impact his box office, do you think?
It really impacts because I feel that बड़े stars बड़े पर्दे के लिए बने हैं. And I genuinely feel, maybe you call me old thinking वाला आदमी or whatever, but I genuinely feel that जो चाम बड़े पर्दे पे देखने का है ना, वो somewhere down the line I don't enjoy it on the small screen. With due respect. हाँ, वो सीरीज देख लूंगा, मैं इंटरनेशनल सीरीज देख लूंगा, मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगती है देखना. और कई बार देखते रहता हूँ मैं. डायनेस्टी देखता हूँ, शिट्स क्रीक देखता हूँ, बहुत कई इंटरनेशनल सीरीज है, मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगती है. बट फिल्म्स का जहाँ तक सवाल है, और हमारी फिल्में जो बनती है, हमारे स्टार्स के साथ जो बनती है, आई फील दे आर मेंट फॉर द बिग स्क्रीन. एक 400-500 सीटर थिएटर में जब फिल्म अंधेरा होता है थिएटर में, और आप उनके साथ एक फिल्म देखते हैं, और जिनको आप जानते भी नहीं उस थिएटर में, तो उनके साथ में कलेक्टिव व्यूइंग देखते हैं, आप वो फिल्म देखते हैं, उसका एक अलग ही मजा होता है. सो आई जेन्युइनली फील दैट फिल्म्स शुड बी रिलीज्ड ऑन द बिग स्क्रीन. इट्स सो इम्पोर्टेंट for the health of the industry.
Full industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
And OTTs can survive because it can come on OTT after.
आज OTT पे इतना कंटेंट है, क्या देखे क्या नहीं देखे.
There's a menu.
Yeah, I mean today you switch on the TV and इतना है देखने के लिए. So then I go back to those classics. Like I have started watching, I must tell you this, I've started watching Teesri Manzil again.
Amazing.
Shammi Kapoor and Asha Parekh ji, made by the great Vijay Anand Saab, R.D. Burman ka music, which is fresh even today.
Yeah.
So I have started watching it again, and I have hoped to complete it tonight again. So I've watched it umpteen times earlier.
Wow. This is a question about, not about Adi Purush in particular, but about generally, you and I were sitting with a filmmaker and there was a question he was asking ki, आजकल कहाँ से, there was a time when collections would come and we would trust that collection. Today, can we trust collections? There have so many films that have come that, they give figures, but can we trust them?
I've been part of Trade Guide. My father started Trade Guide. I was editing that for maybe 3 decades, sorry. And the thing is, today's, when I see those posters, ads, 75 crores on day 1, 150 crores on day 2, and 300 crores on day 3, gross collections, I'm surprised. The Hindi film industry only reports net box office collections, not gross collection, not worldwide collection. 1. 2. How much can it be trusted? A lot of producers, थोड़ा मैं मानता हूँ कि थोड़े छोटे सेंटर्स के बाद में कलेक्शन आते हैं, तो देयर इज ऑलवेज अ बफर. यू ऐड कि भाई इतना आ जाएगा तो हम इतना फिगर दे देते हैं अभी. द थिंग इज कि you have to draw a line somewhere. There are times that I don't put out those numbers for reasons because I feel that I don't want to get into that confrontational attitude of a producer saying कि ये मेरे numbers बराबर हैं. Everyone gets the numbers in the industry. And I feel that one should learn to say no.
Right.
It's very important. Yeah. And I've done that in the recent times. I've done that for quite a few films. Including Adi Purush. I did not print the numbers, including for one of the recent films and a couple of other films also, big films in the recent time. Because I feel that आपको अपने हीरो को खुश करना है, आपको एक परसेप्शन बनाना है, वो बनाइए, बहुत अच्छी बात है. I don't want to be a party to it.
Right. But people follow you for years and that's why this credibility that you have. Where should they trust the numbers? Ad आ गई, Twitter पे आ गया, Instagram पे आ गया. What should they trust?
I just want to tell you one thing, there are times where you know the numbers and and the producer also knows the numbers, I am sure. He knows the numbers. A producer को पता होता है कि उसकी फिल्म किस तरफ जा रही है. Very well. He knows it very, very well. And the distributor also, वो तो छुपाते ही नहीं है आजकल, but वो तो दे देते हैं नंबर. But anyway, प्रॉब्लम ये आता है रोहित कि हम एक फॉल्स नैरेटिव बनाने की कोशिश करते हैं, फॉल्स परसेप्शन बनाने की कोशिश करते हैं. दूसरी बात, हमारे कई एक्टर्स ऐसे हैं जो उनके पास बहुत कुछ है, बट उनको ये प्रूव करना है कि मैं उससे बेहतर हूँ. मेरी फिल्म है वो उससे बेहतर बिजनेस कर रही है. बाय उससे आई मीन हिज कंटेम्पररी, हिज कलीग. तो वो जो दिखावे का जो चक्कर खेल होता है ना, that spoils a lot of things. Right. And it has been noticed over the years. It never used to happen in the past. As I said, I have dealt with the biggest of actors in those days. Right from Amitabh Bachchan to Shatrughan Sinha, Vinod Khanna, Dharmendra, Shashi Kapoor, the biggest of names in those days. Not once did they ever tell you कि मेरे collection आपने क्यों डाले. Or the biggest of filmmakers, be it Manmohan Desai or Prakash Mehra or Raj Kapoor Saab, B.R. Chopra Saab, Yash Chopra Saab, not at all. Never. But in today's times, and also what I really find amusing is the fact that, the producer knows the numbers, the distributor knows the numbers, we know the numbers. And then when you write something and there are these people on the social media who says, कि ये तो picture profit में है, ये तो picture hit में. The social media, the common man reading those tweets and on Facebook or messages is more informed than the producers or the distributors or even a person who's revealing those numbers. Right. A trade person.
That's why people come to your Twitter. You're the fact check of this industry.
No, I would like to clarify that today, even if you put out the real numbers, producers, जो fans हैं वो बोलेंगे कि ये तो number आपने कम डाल दिए. ये तो that's the reason I don't get into that confrontational attitude.
Correct.
आपको जो डालना है, आप ये मत डालिए कि आपकी पिक्चर ने 8 करोड़ किया है, आप ये डालिए आपकी पिक्चर ने पहले दिन 80 करोड़ कर लिया है. Do that.
When finished.
अगर आपको खुशी देता है तो do that. The thing is, at times, I mean, I am talking of a big film released last year, and that film came out with posters, 75 crores on day 1, 150 crores on day 2, 225 on day 3, 300 crores on day 4, 75 के इस पे आ रहे थे सारे numbers, and I said, wow, very interesting. I said, I called up the distributor. I said, नेट फिगर्स दे देंगे आप मुझे? क्योंकि मेरे पास जो आए हैं, आई डोंट वांट टू गेट इनटू दैट, बट कैन यू शेयर इट? यू शेयर्ड इट इन द पास्ट विद मी फॉर अदर फिल्म्स, इसका भी शेयर कर दीजिए तो बहुत अच्छा होगा. No, this time we are not sharing. The producer has requested and okay, ठीक. तो you know, you don't take it with a pinch of salt, but you take it with a sack of salt. Right. I feel that way. But ठीक है, ये सबके अपने अपने perception games.
Yeah. The two films I want to discuss, like Kashmir Files and the Kerala Story. These are films that performed very well in India, but didn't perform very well in foreign markets. Why this disparity?
Kashmir Files, I'd like to correct you. Kashmir Files did very well in US.
US.
Yes. Okay. Did exceptionally well.
Why US? One part.
Maybe a few more territories also. Yeah, Kerala Story. You know, the thing is that somewhere down the line, I don't really know the reason as to why those films didn't really, or maybe it didn't work in those certain regions. But I genuinely feel that, you know, वो सच है झूठ है मैं ये भी नहीं जानता. और चूंकि केरला स्टोरी की हवाले से बात हो रही है तो मैं उसके बारे में ये भी नहीं कह सकता कि ऑथेंटिक है कि नहीं ऑथेंटिक है. बट हाँ, मैं इतना ज़रूर कहूँगा कि इसकी जो बॉक्स ऑफिस सक्सेस थी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री के लिए, इट टुक द इंडस्ट्री बाय सरप्राइज. It took Kashmir Files took the industry by surprise last year, and it was released with Kashmir Files was released with Radhe Shyam.
Yes.
A week later was Bachchan Bande, and then a few weeks later was RRR.
Right.
And now Kerala Story also came in with a lot of big films releasing simultaneously, or maybe in close proximity. But eventually, I have realized one thing that, you know, for the industry, or we are all waiting for those numbers to come in.
Yeah, correct.
So those numbers have come in from Kerala Story this year.
Okay.
Those numbers have come in from Pathaan this year. Those numbers have come in from Zara Hatke Zara Bachke this year. And it's so important for the health of the industry. Why? Because Salman Khan doesn't deliver. Ajay Devgan doesn't deliver. Prabhas doesn't deliver. Akshay Kumar doesn't deliver. Karthik Aaryan doesn't deliver. तो आप सोचते हैं कि कुछ तो चले. That's more important.
Yeah. So important. Then, you know, coming to your reaction of Jawan's preview.
Yeah.
Preview की spelling अलग थे, लेकिन वो आप प्लीज बताइए आपको कैसा लगा?
वो preview की spelling सही है.
Okay.
Yeah. वो हम लिखते हैं PREVIEW. But जो generally जो एक ट्रेलर को short form preview ही होता है, जो उन्होंने शाहरुख ने correct use किया है. हमारे लिए एक थोड़ा सा novel term होगा ये. But ये कहना चाहूँगा कि I was blown away. And I really feel that 2023 belongs to Shah Rukh Khan. And this is something that I have said this on Bollywood Hungama to you.
Yes.
That Shah Rukh Khan is not just number 1, but he's number 1 to number 5.
Wow.
And I stand by my statement. I feel आज की तारीख में he is a Badshah, he is a king, he is a emperor, whatever you call him. Shah Rukh Khan is a mega force at the box office.
Wow.
No one, कोई भी actor उनके इर्द गिर्द नहीं है. ये बात बाकी एक्टर्स के लिए कड़वी सच्चाई के समान. They need to accept it. And also fandoms need to accept this कड़वी सच्चाई. पठान का जो बिजनेस हुआ है और अब जो जवान की ओपनिंग होगी वो ऐतिहासिक होगी. It will be earth-shattering opening as we talk in the film industry parlance. And also I would like to add one more thing. I love the preview.
Yes.
You know, someone sent me a message कि इसमें तो एक्शन ही एक्शन नजर आ रहा है, कहानी कुछ कंटेंट तो नजर नहीं आया. सोचिए, इंडस्ट्री वाला मुझे लिख के भेज रहा है, हमारी इंडस्ट्री वाले हमको लिख के भेजते हैं. एंड आई रिप्लाइड बैक, आई सेड तो क्या शाहरुख खान आपको 2 मिनट के अंदर पूरी फिल्म बता देंगे या पूरी कहानी बता देंगे? उसके लिए आपको थिएटर में जाना पड़ेगा, उसके लिए आपको अपनी टिकट के पैसे खर्च करने पड़ेंगे फिल्म देखने के लिए. ट्रेलर का मतलब क्या है? उसका मतलब है कि आपको एक झलक दिखाना, पूरी फिल्म दिखाना नहीं. अगर आपको फिल्म देखनी है ना तो 7 सितंबर का इंतजार करिए और थिएटर में जाके देखिए और फिर उसे क्रिटिसाइज करिए कि इसमें कहानी थी या नहीं थी. तब तक के लिए कृपया अपने ओपिनियंस अपने तक रखिए.
Right. And then Shahrukh will also, because you're saying he's number 1, he'll also have Donkey this year?
Yes, it's definitely coming.
Yeah.
As of now, unless something goes wrong.
Right.
But as of now, yes, he is coming on Christmas. देखिए, Christmas is a very important period for film business also. You know why? Because Christmas is followed by New Year's. And it leads to worldwide vacations. तो जो बिजनेस होता है, आमिर खान इज अ वेरी स्मार्ट पर्सन. उन्होंने अपनी फिल्में क्रिसमस पे इसलिए लगाई है क्योंकि the business is at an all time high. Worldwide छुट्टी है.
10-15 days.
10-15 days. Everyone is out celebrating and watching movies and
come back and watch also.
Yes. So now if Rajkumar Hirani is again coming back on Christmas with Shah Rukh Khan this time, I think it's going to be a golden period.
It's a golden period because you also tweeted the poster of Merry Christmas, which is Katrina Kaif, Vijay Sethupathi.
Yeah.
So
that's
there
coming.
will be competition.
Yeah. But and then Animal is also there in December. Fukre is also there, and they are all Yodha is also coming. So December is very chock-a-block with releases. But then I hope गुड सेंस प्रिवेल्स एंड कुछ ना कुछ कोई ना कोई शिफ्ट हो जाए. बट द थिंग इज कि जब बड़ी फिल्में आती है तो बेसब्री से इंतजार होता है. एंड आई होप द मंथ ऑफ दिसंबर, आई मीन द ईयर स्टार्टेड विद अ बैंग विद पठान एंड द ईयर एंड्स विद अ बैंग. ठीक है, पिछले बीच में नहीं चली, बट उम्मीद पे दुनिया कायम है. आई जेन्युइनली बिलीव दैट रात कितनी ही काली क्यों ना हो, सवेरा तो होना ही है. सो लेट्स वेट फॉर द कमिंग वीक्स. मे बी the ray of sunshine would be in the form of Gadar or OMG2 or any of those films.
That's again a clash. That's a good thing.
See, जब Animal थी, three-way clash is not good. But then अभी 2 फिल्में आ रही हैं and it's been proved. और ये long weekend है. So and both are diametrically opposite in terms of content. So let's hope that both work at the box office. So important, and both are second installment.
For Salman fans, there's Tiger 3 this year.
I'm very, very optimistic about Tiger 3. Coincidentally, today is the 8th anniversary of a very beautiful film of Salman Khan called Bajrangi Bhaijaan. And I was just remembering that film and looking at the glimpses of that film, and I said, why isn't Salman doing those kind of films? I genuinely hope that there's Bajrangi Bhaijaan 2 and there's Tiger, of course, which is coming, and there's Tiger versus Pathaan also, which is coming in. And I hope he works with better directors like Sanjay Leela Bhansali and a lot more. Suraj Barjate, of course, he's working with. Salman, there's a very good side to him. There's a very nice side to him, and I have seen that on some occasions.
You're amongst the few who have seen that.
Yeah, I genuinely feel. I may be very critical about the kind of films he does. And I'm sure the last time I spoke to you about it,
you said
I was very critical, and he's watched it, and I'm sure he's not liked it or whatever. But maybe see, but when you do जब आप अंदर से आपकी आवाज आती है ना कि you need to work for yourself. आपने इतनी मेहनत की है. I still maintain Salman has really worked very hard. He's not got it on a platter
to reach the stardom.
Yeah, and this kind of stardom, ये mass following जो सलमान खान की है. You have to be blessed to have a following like that. See, people actually love you. They say कि भाई की फिल्म आ रही है. क्यों भाई की फिल्म आ रही है? Because somewhere down the line they connect with you. They love you for various reasons.
That's so true.
And looks are just a part of it, a tiny part of it. Your kind of work that you've done in real life, that's also very important. So I genuinely hope that Tiger 3 say is Tiger ki dahad sunai de.
Absolutely. There's 3 more questions, Taran. One is immediate is Rocky or Rani. Your expectations?
Well, I'm looking forward to it, and I genuinely hope that Karan Johar gets it right this time. He's got a fantastic track record. He's returning to direction after 7 years. And the last time we spoke, and I was very critical about Ranveer Singh, which must have offended him, I'm sure. But thankfully, he decided to curtail his appearances in real life, and for whatever reasons, I'm sure, not for my particular statement. But I feel that it's very important for an actor to be seen on the screen. And with Karan, the thing is, when I saw the trailer, I felt it looks grand. It has that family moments which you all love. It has the music. पर अब जब फिल्म देखेंगे तो पता चलेगा. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Will the impact of Adipurush affect Salar?
Not at all. See, if your last Friday was bad, it doesn't mean that your subsequent Friday is also going to be bad. इसका सबसे बड़ा एग्जाम्पल है कई एग्जांपल्स हैं. Recent times में शाहरुख खान. He had 6 or 7 Fridays which were terrible. And then came Pathaan.
So we'll never know.
Yeah. Salman Khan had a string of flops. Then came Wanted. Similarly, there were, be it Amitabh Bachchan, be it Dilip Kumar Sahab, be it anyone, ups and downs तो हर इंसान के करियर में होते हैं. So Prabhas is a very good actor, but his choices are bad.
Right.
Here I am talking about Radhe Shyam as well as Adi Purush. You know, he should have put his foot down. Especially for Adi Purush, कि ये बराबर नहीं है.
Like you said, people have to learn to say no.
Yeah, you have to say no. It's very important because आप इतने commanding position में हो. And he's a very nice man in real life.
Yes.
You know, when I told, अगर आप किसी एक्टर को बोलते हैं कि मुझे आपका टीजर पसंद नहीं आया, he would get defensive. But when I told this to Prabhas कि मुझे आपका आदि पुरुष टीजर पसंद नहीं आया, he did not argue at all. He said, I hope you like the trailer.
That's a good way to
And I had seen the trailer. So उससे पता चलता है कि एक आदमी कितना अच्छा इंसान है. कितनी रिस्पेक्ट देता है एक सामने वाले प्रोफेशनल को. जरूरी नहीं कि अगर आपको पसंद आया हो तो मुझे भी पसंद आए, या इनको पसंद आए, या उनको पसंद आए, या उनको पसंद ना आए. सबके चॉइसेस अलग होते हैं. तो मुझे पसंद नहीं आया, बेशक वो बहुत बड़े एक्टर हैं, मैं रिस्पेक्ट करता हूँ, पर मुझे उम्मीद है कि प्रशांत नील जो एक बहुत ही काबिल डायरेक्टर है, एक बहुत ही सुलझे हुए डायरेक्टर है, who has directed KGF and KGF 2, would get it right. Because he is a fantastic storyteller. Salar looks great. The teaser has just been out. And I'm sure it will take an earth-shattering opening as well.
Wow.
From east to west, from north to south. I mean, Prabhas and Prashant Neel, this is one combination I'm really looking forward to.
Nice. Yes. That's very hopeful. Last question is, Nitesh Tiwari has also announced Ramayan. Do you think it's a risky project in this atmosphere, or one should make it if they make it well?
Well, they have not officially announced.
Not officially announced.
And I really don't want to get into details because I've spoken to Nitesh Tiwari. Let the media write whatever they want to. Off the record, I can discuss a lot of things, but I don't want to discuss this right now on camera. जब ये फिल्म अनाउंस होगी ऑफिशियली, जब ये फिल्म बनेगी, तब हम बात करेंगे. पर हाँ, इतना जरूर कहूँगा कि ये फिल्म आदि पुरुष की तरह एक पार्ट में नहीं आ रही है. ये फिल्म 3 पार्ट्स में आएगी. एंड रामायण की शुरुआत से लेकर एंड तक बताएंगे. सो बट मैं बोलना नहीं चाहता. लेट इट कम आउट ऑफिशियली. Let them reveal. जब वो producers कहेंगे तो वो बेहतर रहेगा, बजाय इसके कि मैं कहूँ.
Right. Not about this, but people should make Ramayana
well.
Nitesh
Tiwari is a fantastic storyteller.
Right.
I have tremendous faith in him.
Right.
The star cast is not finalized. Why am I revealing so much?
No, what I was not asking about Nitesh at all. I'm saying Ramayana बनाने से डरना नहीं चाहिए. अगर अच्छा बनाओ तो you should make. Anyone.
आप श्रद्धा के साथ बनाइए. आप उतनी ही ईमानदारी से बनाइए. कोई भी फिल्म बनाइए, उतनी ही ईमानदारी से बनाइए. और देखिए, it is very important to be very honest to your profession. You know, because ये पब्लिक है, ये सब जानती है. So let's not fool the audience. Let's not take them for granted. कि हम जो दिखाएंगे बड़े स्टार्स को ले लेंगे और कुछ भी बताएंगे तो वो ऑडियंस आ जाएगी. Not at all. They don't.
Right. As always, Taran, what a pleasure this is. What the kind of information we get just by talking to you is incredible. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rohit. It's wonderful chatting with you, and I genuinely want to add here that you are a major asset to Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Very kind of you.
Hi, this is Taran Adarsh, and you're watching me with Rohit Khilnani on Bollywood Hungama.